Alright, this happened July 2nd, so it's a little bit of an old article. Pretty old. But I normally do not follow Hearthstone or anything else like that, but just reading the article was just sort of like, what the fuck? So, alright, the 2014 Assembly Summer in Finland pretty much had a segregation fragment here for their tournament. Now, with each one of these tournaments, they're all based, obviously, off of competitive games, such as Dota 2, StarCraft 2, Hearthstone, Ultra Street Fighter 4, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Try to say that 10 times fast. I bet you I can't. So, basically, what's going on here is they have 4 games, and of course, 3 of these, of course, being separate from the male division, and this, of course, is being Dota 2, StarCraft 2, Hearthstone, and Ultra Street Fighter 4. Now, a woman can only play StarCraft 2, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Where the fuck is the logic with this? I don't understand that at all. I mean, what are they, they're worried about time with this shit? I mean, if you're trying to organize a goddamn event, what the hell are you trying to do? I mean, shit, if you're going to make it so that way it's at least male or female and try to make sense out of it, you should have made it so that way there was about 4 of those games for both brackets, the male and the female competitions, to allow to do so. Otherwise, you're just making yourself look like idiots, especially with this division. Now, alright, with every competitive sport, there's always that thing where people just assume that women cannot hold up to task. That's complete and acidine bullshit. You know what? When I was a kid, there was a girl that used to always play with us in football, and she was pretty brute. I mean, she wasn't fat, she wasn't skinny, she was just brute, where she could take a bump. So, therefore, she would kick some of our ass when, even though it was supposed to be tag football only, she would tackle the shit out of us. Like, she would knock our fucking heads off. You know, and none of us were skinny little fuckers either. We were like freaking fat kids, you know? Some of us were fat, some of us were kind of in shape, I guess. So, therefore, she would just take us down like nothing. Which proves a point. That women and men can do the same sport equally. I don't see the big problem here. You know, I don't see a problem with women being in the NFL, nor the I'm having a brain fart here, and being in the National Baseball League. You know, I don't see a problem with that at all. You know, it's a sport. You know, that's just all it is. You're interacting with people, you're throwing a ball, you're hitting things with a bat, you're running with a ball down a field, or you're kicking a ball down a field. Now, where does there have to be any sort of divide who can play and who cannot play? I mean, there's no big difference. As long as someone is able to be physically able to do so, this shouldn't be a problem. Especially with video gaming. I mean, esports, you're using a mouse, you're using a keyboard, you're sitting your ass down, you're wearing 50 gazillion fucking headsets, and that's all you're doing. If you don't believe me with the headset thing, by the way, go look it up. There's like people wear like 55 fucking million goddamn headsets on their head for no fucking reason. It's like, I'm sitting there going, why can't you just have multiple channels in the same headset? I don't understand that. So, basically, whenever I watched a tournament in the past, I'd always see guys versus guys only, which is sort of silly. I mean, why can't women play on the same fucking team as a male competitor? I don't understand that. I mean, if there's going to be no physicality, this is going to be the big concern with most sports anyway. Well, they're going to get hit and get hurt. Oh, we don't want that. Get the hell out of here. If you're sitting in a fucking chair, you're not going to get hit. Unless the other team's really mad at you. But that's, again, not going to happen. So, especially with an esport, this shouldn't be possible. You know, for people to say a woman cannot play or a girl cannot play on the same, tournament as guys. I mean, segregating it or separating it sort of silly. Now, the argument with them is supposed to be, oh, well, we're trying to keep it traditional like old school sports, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. It's like 20 millionth century by now, like it's sort of that point now where we don't need to establish any sort of divisions. It should just be this age bracket or that age bracket. Doesn't matter, male or female, does not matter. Everyone should be able to just play with each other on the same team. There's no special advantages of being a male or a female. Again, it don't matter. If you have boobs, a penis, it don't matter. So therefore, I think that this entire thing is sexist. I agree with that, being at that point right there. If it's a new sport, there's plenty of time to establish it not being a sport in its own of this old school agenda. It should be something that should send a trend to everyone going, hey, wait a minute, if these girls could play in this game tournament, they're damn good at that game, and they could beat the guys, why can't they play the other sports? You know, I've seen women who get jacked, could probably kick the shit out of some football players. It probably could happen. You know, I hope in the future the NFL and all this could, of course, change these rules so we see a lot more than just guys and guys and girls and girls. I mean, that's sort of a silly stigma right there. I mean, we're past that point now where we need to segregate one another. We need to start pushing forward, which I think everyone would agree with me with that. There should be some sort of equality when it comes to gaming. I mean, it doesn't matter if we're playing online with people either. We don't leave a group because there's a girl playing with us. Who gives a fuck? She's playing the game with us. Just play the game. You know, that's what happens. They give her shit, tell her to make a sandwich, but they're fucking with her. They're just giving her shit. If she ignores them, they leave her alone. That's how they're just because guys will talk shit to anybody just to spite themselves. Girls, they just think it's an easy target. It's, again, sort of a sexist thing with them on their behalf. But past that, they're just being arrogant assholes to people. That's all they're doing. So, with that beared in mind, what do you think about this article? I mean, personally, to me, I think that they could change a lot of things with this and change the perspective on how people look at sports. I mean, by now it's already considered an e-sport, despite what a lot of old skeptics say about this shit. I mean, it's still a competitive genre. It's still something people score points with, so therefore, whether it's a controller with a football, with a soccer ball, or a football, as the British would call it, it don't matter. You know, that's just the underline right there. It don't matter. So, tell me what you guys think down below. Take it easy. Touch my nipples.